Older Americans and sex, it is a reality.
HIV/AIDS is preventable. Use protection.
We know that seniors are very active today, and in fact, that's one of the things that we promote with the Administration on Aging. We also know that they're very sexually active today. There are new medications that sort of enable that, and it leads to a very productive, happy life.
People think that older Americans are just sitting down, knitting, and watching TV, but in reality, we are very active. I love to dance, I love to ski, play tennis, go to restaurants, go to the movies.
You know, it's important for me to be active, especially socially. Safe sex, HIV/AIDS, protection, those tend to be hush-hush topics among my peers and people my age, but they shouldn't be. We should discuss those.
Because seniors are active and sexually active, they do need to worry about HIV and AIDS. They don't necessarily think that they need to because they come from an era when they didn't need to. In addition to that, they haven't been exposed to the prevention messages that have been targeted primarily to younger people.
We don't tend to think of older adults as a population that's at risk for contracting HIV. So physicians, nurses, social workers, they don't identify them as at risk, so they don't educate them. They don't talk to them about the need to be tested or about treatment and treatment complications. Because of that, older adults don't see themselves as a population that's at risk of HIV/AIDS, so they don't seek out the information or go to be tested.
We had an opportunity to have an HIV van come to our church as part of a health fair, and I was one of 3 people who took advantage. It was the first time that I had ever been tested, and it was really disappointing that more people didn't take advantage of this wonderful offer that was being made.
People believe that HIV and AIDS only impacts men having sex with men, younger people, and we know for a fact that that is not the case. We know that the statistics show that older people, in fact, represent the fastest growing rate of new HIV infections. We know that it affects people who are heterosexual, homosexual, people who are caregivers, people who are longtime partners.
People my age and people over the age of 50 who are sexually active should be much more aware of the dangers of, having sex.
It's important for anybody, including older adults, who engage in risky behaviors to be tested regularly. The key here is that once you've contracted HIV, you want to start treatment as early as possible to slow down the onset of AIDS. And for older adults, I think it's especially important because they often have other chronic conditions. And so to contract AIDS and have the multiple medical regimes that they have to go through with that, in addition to the treatment that they have to go through for their chronic heart disease or arthritis or other conditions, makes it even more complicating.
Numbers don't lie. We have to be responsible in the prevention of HIV and AIDS. And the best way to do that is to use protection and to be tested for the virus.
Understanding what it means, what is HIV and AIDS, learning about it is important. And also being able to talk about it honestly and openly with your partner.
It's very difficult to talk about sex because it's the way we were brought up. Sex was not to be mentioned, and we still carry that with us. So you really have to make an effort in order to talk about sex.
It's your body, protected.
Aging is a part of life. HIV doesn't have to be.
Be responsible, be safe, use protection.
Talk to your doctor, your friends, and your partner about HIV/AIDS.
Show that you care. Educate others about the prevention of HIV and AIDS.